compact monitors for anyone, whether you're at the office, at home, or you're just doing some general gaming, throwing up some, of course, cheeky little head taps like these players will this evening. You can check it all out. AOC have you covered. Indomie as well have you covered if you're feeling famished and you need to refuel yourself for a Uni League game. Of course, check out the delicious Amigarang at your local supermarket. And as well, RIG, what it takes to win. RIG with quality headsets with superior audio for competitive gamers or anyone at that streaming level. RIG have you covered, and join the RIG team today to enhance your gaming experience.
Just have been informed as well that there might have been some audio issues as we were starting up the broadcast, so we'll just say again, welcome everyone to the AEL University League. We're in a week 5 for Counter-Strike Global Offensive, the last week for the regular season as far as the group stage goes. We are going to be moving into playoffs starting from next season. As of course we are joined by 2 teams hoping to, try and get that final win in this group stage. That is going to be Team UniMelb, who we saw last week with an absolutely dominating performance, and the Monash MEGAbotz. So that should be quite interesting. And thanks again as well to our lovely sponsors. Those are, in case you didn't hear some of them, Chatime, AOC, Indomie, and RIG. Definitely be sure to show them all some love. But we should be getting ready to go in pretty soon, I do believe. We do have some of the teams starting to get their players in, so should be getting underway somewhat soon, Tony.
Yeah, this is it's going to be an interesting one, of course. I believe UniMelb have already qualified for the playoffs, unfortunately. The MEGAbotz, they're just playing it out the rest of their season. I don't believe they have enough points or, differential or whatever, how it's scored at the moment, to really qualify for the playoffs. So they're playing for a bit of fun. They're playing for a bit of pride too. And of course, going against a heavy University Melbourne side like we saw from them last week, it's going to be a crazy game. Of course, Vertigo as well to kick it off in terms of the vetoes is a little bit crazy, hectic. It is all over the place right now.
Just seeing some small technical issues as we've just had the server crash. So always fun, fun thing to happen when trying to get a match together, but we should have that sorted in no time. Our lovely admin BK is of course on it. Shout outs to BK, of course, who's hearing us in the Discord and loves just getting his name out there, I'm sure. But yeah, we should be seeing quite the interesting one. Again, as you said, the Monash MEGAbotz mostly just trying to look to see if they can add another win to their belt. UniMelb, on the other hand, I believe, already making it through, and they've definitely been quite the interesting team to watch.
Yeah, very strong side the UniMelb have been, especially on some of their T-sided starts. I believe one of, their Mirage, very, very hotly contested, and the team we saw them go against last week, it was a very unfortunate affair. They had to deal with a very, very powered up UniMelb side, and I believe that was, of course, the Sydney Uni, if I'm not wrong. No, it was... I'm getting confused here. Hold up. I got it. No, it was UON, sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I have to say, University of Melbourne have definitely impressed me in all regards. Of course, Shen, a very high impact player. I believe we saw Frog, the reptilian brethren, Frog, and his friend go off a treat, and hopefully we're looking to get into this game very soon.
Yeah. Again, last week, that UONEC versus the UniMelb side. UniMelb just absolutely showing up, especially, I believe they had quite the impressive comeback. I think it was on the first map, being able to bring things back on their opponent's map pick. Just when things were looking bad, they swapped sides, and then they just showed up and were absolutely able to swing things through and then take that same momentum onto the second map. So first, I think, was Mirage, then they brought it on to Inferno and just absolutely continued to just tap heads, show up in the server, really get everything done. So it should be quite interesting to see how they'll go through. Again, definitely going to be a bit more of a relaxed game coming out from UniMelb, having that security and being able to, get themselves into that playoffs already. But, having that extra win definitely doesn't hurt. And at the end of the day, it's just fun to be able to get into an organized match with your mates and show up in any case, especially when you're on a broadcast like this and you get to, watch that back, have a look at some plays of yours with some casting on it, always a good feeling as a player.
Yeah, chuck it into the highlight reel, maybe make a cheeky little montage out of it, and get some clicks on YouTube or something like that. Of course, a few of these players looking to get their names out there and hopefully look to move on. Of course, we'll see UniMelb in the playoffs. MEGAbotz, unfortunately, it's a very sad sight, I guess, to see a team like MEGAbotz, because I had the pleasure of casting them one of the weeks, and they looked very good on paper. A team that, had some solid, good core fundamentals, just couldn't quite get it across the line against some of these other heavy hitters in their group.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's definitely a lot to be seen with a fair few of these players, and I think you can say that for a lot of these teams who have really shown up and been quite impressive in this Uni League overall, where it's like, there is a good amount of talent, a good amount of really interesting, a lot of interesting players coming through. It's really encouraging to see a lot of that talent as well, especially on the, on this kind of side in AUCS, and seeing in the more amateur leagues a lot of impressive players starting to rise through. It's really interesting given the state of Counter-Strike in Australia at the moment, of course. If you've been following any of the Tier 1 news here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But look, I think the fact that we're still seeing so many amateur players coming through, a lot of open teams signed up in these amateur leagues, both here and in other leagues, really encouraging sign to still see that a lot of people are still here after 20 years of Counter-Strike, just looking to try and get themselves, up and show to the best of their ability what they can do.
Yeah, there's always going to be an amateur team looking to filter their way through and climb to the higher ranks, and hopefully we might see a few of these players at the top of the region one day. Of course, few of them, ton of individual talent, a ton of team talent too, hopefully looking to bring it this evening, of course, because, it's always great to see new blood come through when the old guard kind of, hangs up the mouse, moves on to better things. And of course, we appreciate all the players that have paved the way for some of these players that, looking to make their way here through the Uni League.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been quite the process, really. There's been so many players in this region that have just come and gone and really done a lot while they've been here. It's been really quite amazing to see how Australian Counter-Strike really over the years just continued to grow into this really vibrant and incredible community of people, and then how we see that on all ends of it, whether you're following, the top of what the top teams and with the big orgs have to offer, or seeing matches like this where people, getting into it, really giving themselves these first opportunities and these first ways to shine. And yeah, look, it's really great to see all this coming out, and who knows, maybe in a few years we'll see some of these players in some of these matches up on some of those top teams and be able to say, hey, I remember when I was seeing that guy in a university league a few years back. Wow, who would have thought,
Yeah, time goes quickly, and hopefully these players are looking to ready up quickly as well, because I believe we have all 10 in the server ready to go. Vertigo, of course, the pick here of UniMelb, and as we said, they're looking to have a bit of fun. Vertigo is not the map I was expecting to see. Mirage, Inferno, and maybe Overpass that been a little bit more default for some of these Uni League teams. But Vertigo, one of these maps that requires a heavy amount of coordination in terms of the smoke strategies, the flashbangs, of course, for some of these site hits. And, well, for the side of UniMelb, they have to start on this T side here on Vertigo. MEGAbotz, they get to start that CT side. So it's going to be a little bit of an upward battle early on here for the UniMelb in this map.
Honestly, I'm just really keen to see a map that's not Mirage getting first picked in this Uni League, because, look, that's really been the key thing that we've seen a lot of Mirage on these broadcasted matches. But, yeah, good to kind of break away from that. Vertigo, not necessarily a map we see a lot of, especially in the more amateur leagues like this. We've been seeing a lot of pro teams. It's really picking it up over in the last year or so since it's been in the game. A lot of teams really coming to get to terms with it, and look, I think Vertigo has really developed into quite the interesting map in its own right now. It's kind of like, it used to be that map that you used to just kind of auto-ban and never really want to play. You'd always just use it as that float in the vetoes, something you just kind of keep in to throw your opponents off what you really wanted to pick. But now, a lot of interesting strategies really coming up on it, and well, now instead that map in the pool is really ancient. No one's really been touching that, but see how that goes. Maybe we'll see another crazy map in a year, and that'll be the new meta.
Yeah, maybe a few of these teams have been bracking up. Ancient, of course, as you said, one of those kind of perma bans for a few of these teams that don't know all too much about it. Ancient still obviously been in the pool for a little bit now, but still one of those maps that's kind of hard to really tell what's what and what hits are the best to go for on certain sides. But thankfully we don't get to see Ancient. I don't know too much about Ancient recently, but Vertigo, pretty comfortable map for me. I haven't seen all too much of it, of course, in the top level at the moment, but Vertigo is one of those maps that, as you said, used to be, of course, now Ancient with the kind of permaban. Nobody wanted to play it, or unless you did play it, you were one of those teams that heavily practiced on it. Of course, I'm speaking the likes of Order when they were practicing it heavy. Vertigo, one of these really, really good like curveball maps that you can throw an opposition off guard.
Yeah, not really seeing as much Ancient in general in OC, while we're kind of talking about it to kill for time here because we really want to get into this match. But, look, I'd be really keen to see some more Ancient being played. I think it's an interesting map, but just, again, I think with anything unfamiliar in CS, people kind of tend to not really go about it too early, just kind of wait for people to pave the way and then kind of adapt those early strategies. I think it would be really interesting to see what happens when Ancient comes more into the meta. We've seen some teams in OC start to, pick it up a bit more. I think 8ball is one team I can think of off the top of my head that has been putting a fair bit into cracking it and doing a fair bit for it. We should be going live pretty soon. Have just found out that in the server ahead of our GoTV delay, the players are getting ready and starting. So, minute and a half roundabout, we'll be heading on into this game. Should be quite an interesting one.
Yeah, we're just waiting on, I believe, one of the players to come back. Don't know what he's quite doing here, but of course a few of his teammates are a little bit annoyed as well from what I can see in the chat. Of course, very, very good banter being thrown out of these teams. MEGAbotz and UniMelb, very, very comfortable with the banter here. So hopefully we get to see a good sporting game in the server this evening. But of course, to take you through the rosters for MEGAbotz, it is Chox, Mr. Smile, Necro, Vad, and Tommy Yato. For the side of UniMelb, it's Shen, VJack, Frog, and Iguana King Kaizo. Of course, that Frog or reptilian duo, as we alluded to, Iguana King and Frog, very, very individually prowess. And of course, with Shen, VJack, Kaizo, all-star lineup across the board for UniMelb. And this is going to be an upward battle as well for the MEGAbotz, as you said, kind of for Vertigo being a map pick of UniMelb. So I feel like they can be a little bit more comfortable, even despite having to start on that T side. They've got a few strats to probably put into play in, and MEGAbotz, it's up to them to work out how UniMelb play early on and really exploit the issues there.
It does look like we're going to be getting into it. Knife round taking place. Of course, the sides already being selected in the veto. MEGAbotz will be starting on the CT side, and UniMelb, this is their map pick. So we will just be seeing, well, teams just yeeting themselves off the side of the building or stabbing their teammates, whichever one is preferable from UniMelb, as they're going to just let their opponents take the map pick. Vertigo makes it nice and easy to kind of get that one sorted, I think. Just the nature of the map, so it doesn't take too long to get that one in. And we will be seeing the .stay right in the chat in a moment, so should be getting ready to go as soon as the players are ready to go by the looks of it.
Yeah, I believe we're just waiting on the .r and get into it. Of course, Vad saying he had to do some Father's Day stuff. Of course, any fathers out there, happy Father's Day. Of course, from the Uni League here. And, it's always good to see a few of these players having, a bit of celebration, of course, before getting into the game. But as we can see, the match is paused. Of course, we're just waiting for them to MEGAbotz, of course, getting to start that CT side here on Vertigo. It's going to be an interesting one. Vertigo, of course, one of these maps that's very prone to kind of split plays, because, of course, around the middle of the map, you can see a ton of tunnels and hallways. There's a ladder to, of course, to rotate between the sites. And, of course, UniMelb don't have to really commit to one site straight away. So they go up the B stairs and they can probably fake it back off. They throw a smoke, they throw a flash, and they can really keep MEGAbotz guessing early on.
Indeed, indeed. Should be quite the interesting one. Again, UniMelb, look, starting on this T side, being their map pick, not as much of a disadvantage. If they're feeling comfortable going with the Vertigo, then they should be feeling rather fine with it. So we shall see. as soon as we get out of these pauses, you know, maybe one of these days we get the match started, I think, Tony, but yeah, as soon as we get into it, we should be going alright, I think. But again, yeah, for the UniMelb side, look, they can take it pretty easy this game. And MEGAbotz, again, not much to fight for here other than, you know, just trying to get themselves a win just to close out the season. Always nice to have one final hurrah. UniMelb in a pretty comfortable position as we're going to be seeing them going through the playoffs, which, again, look, those playoffs are going to be next week. So, of course, if you want to hear more about those games and want to be here for that, you definitely need to make sure to follow the AEL on all social media channels if you can. AU Esports League on, I believe, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also check us out on YouTube and Facebook as well for your alternative streaming platforms. And of course, we're on Twitch as well, twitch.tv/AEL Uni, twitch.tv/AEL Uni 2. A lot of games being played, not just for Counter-Strike, a lot of other esport titles being played in the University League. So if you're a uni student as well and you're, you know, looking to get yourself in and play your favorite game, definitely be sure to keep an eye out as well for when the next season rolls around. Get yourself and some mates into it because it's always some good fun. I played a few seasons with some mates at my uni QT and it was a great experience. Absolutely some quality stuff to come out of that.
Yeah, now you got Potato Fries repping QUT, and of course, hopefully...
up the potato fries.
Up the potato fries. We love him. He didn't perform too well, Mirage, but hopefully he can perform better next time here. You can see UniMelb, though, now we're live into it. Pistol round and looking to make the slow approach up through the ramp. 2 players committed here for the side of MEGAbotz, and too quickly maybe to rotate through around the flank line. Necro is in a very good spot to stop this as the smokes and the flashes come out here. This looks to be an A take here for the UniMelb, and well, MEGAbotz can't really see all too much. Mr. Smile, quick shot on the frog, traded back by VJack. Kaiser able to take one more on the Necro. He's just trying to fight the bullets here against Shocks, and he takes it. Bomb goes down for V2 now here for the UniMelb, and a little bit of a slow approach to that A side.
Yeah, but certainly is the ideal way to be able to fight it off, especially catching the rotate off from behind. Now Mr. Smile and Vad left in quite the sticky situation trying to get onto that site. VJack and Shen going to be very ready for when they do. Both of them peeking out on both sides kind of simultaneously. One tapping the bomb, one just trying to, I guess, hold off for a swing from ramp. But yeah, not really working out the way it was anticipated. But 2v4 on that bomb site, not too easy to attempt. So MEGAbotz going to be forcing up with some pistols, it looks like.
Yeah, straight to the Deagles and MP9 out for Necro, and it's going to be a very interesting one here. Some shots already going off, but it's Necro and Chops taking out Frog Shen early on. Gun going to be picked up. Chops now has the AK to play with, full armor. Molly onto his teammate. Necro needs to get out quickly. Only on 17 points of HP, quite low. King with a smoke toss here. Map 10 walk up. There's so many players here for MEGAbotz though to retake. There's everybody towards the CT side. It's going to be up to King to fight the good fight. VJack taking out Tommy Yato. 2 more players, Kaiser and VJack. Against the floor of the MEGAbotz as they stroll up. Nade HE is good from Kaiser. He follows up on a Necro too. Kaiser 1v2. Kaiser, the slow approach towards the front here, just still towards the ramp. He knows he doesn't have to commit if he doesn't want to. Just smile up on top of the box. Vad holding from the CT door. Kaiser, he's going to do the smart thing here and walk up through the side of A right now. And you can see Mr. Smile might be holding that corner though.
Yeah, it looks like he's pretty hard posted on it. Again, Kaza, he's got 36 seconds left. He had a bit longer, so maybe would have been possible for him to just try and lug it to B, but if he was full running, he might have heard that as well, and those CTs would beat him to the site. So, just sticking it out and maybe just trying to play it slow. Now he's going to be able to catch one off. Mr. Smile to fall down, but still no idea where Vads is, so just going to be playing it slow, nice, and safe with that plant. Now he knows. Vad getting tagged down, 37 HP, will push forward, picks up the AK. Does contemplate jumping on the box, but ultimately does stay, just keeping his crosshair at head level, clearing each corner. Eventually he finds the right one. That's going to be that. Really nice job from Kaza to be able to get those 3 kills. Get a bomb plant. But ultimately, MEGAbotz with that force bite going to come out in the end, even if they're only left with 1 man standing.
And Vad nodding in approval, keeps the AK and gets the round on the board for MEGAbotz. 1-1 to start Vertigo off, and this is the way you kind of want to go for it. Of course, on the CT side, a little bit more favorable. UniMelb starting off with that first, but losing the second means third round force bite to come out. Not quite sure about this one, but Deagles flashes, smokes a HE2 for VJack, and this is going to be interesting here for the MEGAbotz, because of course they've got full rifles now to play with. M4's AUG, that AK been saved and tossed over to Mr. Smile. He's looking to go aggressive with it towards the ramp, and UniMelb just waiting on the other end of that smoke for the moment.
Yeah, just waiting on, holding at this point. No real aggression being shown from either side. Seeing mostly passive angles coming out from the MEGAbotz, who are just playing around these corners as best they can. Likewise, UniMelb, they've got themselves a fair bit of presence over towards A, but at this point, really just hoping for some over CT aggression, especially given that they've got the weaker guns to work with. Realistically, might be the right call to make, but Frog gonna go for the quick peek. Oh, that's a nice shot to take out Necro. Shen gonna be pushing forward. We'll be able to get one on the checks. Now all of a sudden, looking very doable for UniMelb, even if they do lose a player in Frog. I guess leaping to the step, not sure what happened, but well, Frog is gone, but look, aside from that, UniMelb still holding the man advantage. We'll be able to get the plant down.
And despite his absence now in the server, still a beautiful shot being landed by Frog, and well, now it's up to Vad, Tommy Yato here to retake. Flash, of course, in the hands of Vad if they want to go for it, but I don't think quite very likely that they will. Vad all the way in the tunnels just outside of the spawn, and I'm just going to be holding for some exits too with Tommy Yato just in CT spawn for the moment. And you can see UniMelb, despite being on the Deagles, able to pick up some guns and able to pick up this third round.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be able to get away with it as well. Oh no. Oh, not 2 in 1 round. Come on, UniMelb. Frog and Iguana King both not exactly meeting their end the way they would have envisioned, but look, that's going to be that. It's still a round, even if Iguana King now sitting at -1 kills. But hey, look, that's just kind of par for the course where things are at, I suppose. Even still, being able to get ahead, and they're going to be forcing MEGAbotz back onto pistols for the most part, other than those 2 AKs that were saved. Sorry, M4s that were saved. Definitely not AKs. But again, just more of a passive play coming out as UniMelb kind of realizing that, look, they don't really have to bum rush it the whole time, but that just is what it is. They're able to just play back, wait for some aggression, kind of just stick to these defaults and make the mid-round call, and that's exactly all they really have to do here. They don't have to give up too much to their enemies at all.
Yeah, you can see smoke comes out from Tommy Yato, deters 2 players from UniMelb from walking, and well, for the moment, they're not really feeling all too like A's in the cards outside of B for the moment. And of course, MEGAbotz stuck on 3 Deagles. Very nice boost up angle here, I have to say, from Necro, holding this kind of mid peak from anybody for UniMelb. And as I say that they're not looking to go towards A, they might be looking to turn some attention though that way. Molly comes out, return Molly from Shen on to the sandbags there in the corner. Gonna be backing off though, 30 seconds. UniMelb still not quite sure where they want to hit. K's are being taken out, and this is looking rough by the clock. A few more players now, rotation to B, and Vad might be looking to rotate out. Does turn his attention, and UniMelb straight towards B here with 20 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, gonna have to go fast. That team flash will slow things down a second. That's great from Vad. Will slow things down a little bit more, but they do end up taking him out with only losing 1 player. Bomb now making its way over towards the site. Tommy Yato will get taken out by Frog. But even still, the MEGAbotz on for this retake. All 3 of these UniMelb players relatively low. A good timed spray could definitely do wonders. Necro gonna peek out, but will get traded now down to the 1v1. VJack Going to be just playing around the corner as Mr. Smile makes his approach. The spray going to come through, but no, none of these bullets connecting. Now VJack's position all given up. Mr. Smile peeking around the other corner, but finally that AK will land. And that is going to be that UniMelb being able to pick up the post plant, take the lead 3-1, and extend it a bit more. Very nice stuff coming out in the end.
Yeah, crucial round to pick up there for UniMelb. If they lost that, they would have been in a bit of an economic array themselves. MEGAbotz now feeling the hurt of that lost round. 3 on the board. Now to the 1, still a MEGAbotz. Of course, they're going very aggressive, though, with his USP. Chocks loses his mind going through middle. Necro might be looking to join tail too, but VJack just holds it. UniMelb playing a little bit more default, expecting the push to come out from MEGAbotz, and they're completely punished. Nobody able to steal away any sort of damage either here. MEGAbotz, sorry, UniMelb feeling very healthy going into this take here on the Eco.
Yeah, UniMelb really just able to get the cleanup job done for the most part. But Mr. Smile still hoping he can do something with that Deagle. He cannot. Shen going to push up, lead the charge over to this A side. That bomb to go down, double smokes, just completely crossing and covering the sight line. That will mean that Tomiyato not really able to do too much there, and will just be kind of forced to back away, trying to find some kind of angle where he can see over it as he's boosted up, but instead it looks like Shen's going to be on his angle, now taking his head off, and Vad in the 1v5 with the USP, it just swings out. Multiple rifles trained on him there. UniMelb picking up yet another round, 4-1, as they're starting what could be a very promising lead. MEGAbotz now in the buy. Gonna try and put an end to this momentum.
Yeah, they're gonna kind of have to. This is, of course, UniMelb's map pick in at the moment. MEGAbotz only still one to their name. Of course, then forced to be bought yet again. AUG for Necro, and gonna be a potential little boost coming out here from these two players here. Tomiyato and his teammate just up on the high ground here. Necro on the edge of the box. He's trying to inch his way over. Of course, it's a very scary position to try and go for here, but slowly to make his way around the ledge. This is a really good spot here. Nobody going to be checking this corner, I feel.
Yeah, they're just going to be not really doing too much in that regard. UniMelb boys now starting to take a little bit more of an approach over towards A as they get a player up towards that top ramp area. Still not spotting anything out. Just under a minute now as the clock continues ticking down. Bit of util going back and forth. Meanwhile, a couple mollies to go forward. Frog is still lurking around this mid position. Might be able to get up a bit more. Chocks not playing an aggressive angle on it. Instead, just kind of waiting back. Now, mollies and flashes to go towards A, but it looks like the walk is actually going to come back. That bomb now over on that B stairs, and it does look like the exec will come forward. Under 30 seconds left for them to take this site. Let's see if that is able to shut it down.
Yeah, he's out in the open. Sorry, out in the open for the moment. Takes out Kaiser, takes another on to Shen. They're peeking him one by one. He's taken VJack too. Beautiful triple from Vad. Tomiyato swings on a Frog. It's left to Iguana King, the reptile in his element. He's going to get the bomb down, but he is going to be swung out. Vad picks up the 4. And Vad picks up a beautiful round here for the MEGAbotz. Second on the board. And UniMelb peeking him one by one. I said probably not the way to go there. And unfortunately going to be dropping that second round over to MEGAbotz now. And looking to slowly crawl themselves back after such a rough start to this first half.
Yeah, bit of a rougher start, but look, even still, scoreline relatively close, only a 2-round difference, so if the MEGAbotz are going to get themselves back in order, it's definitely not an insurmountable lead to take back, that's for sure. Again, we're going to see this boost come out over towards that A site, but once more UniMelb not really putting too much focus there, at least not early. 30 left as we see no real peaks coming out. Again, look, UniMelb just really like playing Vertigo passively. They're really relying on the fact that with this map, you can go for these really quick rotates and just trying to play off that fact as best as they can. Necro just trying to get up on that boost by the looks of it. Being stopped by something. Iguana King might be able to stop him further. He does. Tomiato does go for that trade at the very least. Brings it back to a 4-on-4. Minute left. That bomb still drops over towards mid. But UniMelb should be able to get themselves back to it. Shen going to recover it and take it over towards A by the looks of things.
Yeah, there was a little bit of info gathered there by UniMelb. They saw that MEGAbotz went for that kind of corner boost up on top of the sandbag. So UniMelb probably going to be checking that corner for the rounds to come. For the moment, 30-something seconds. Shocks with the smoke over towards the B ramp. V-Jack with a smoke being held out towards this A side. They're very thin on this clock right now, and they kind of have to go quickly here because Tomiato and his teammate Mr. Smile still in this site to hold them down.
Yeah, now the push to come through. V-Jack just holding on. Will actually just spray through the smoke. Does get very lucky with the timing. Kaza having his back, but a bit late as he does go down. Tomiato will be able to find another opener to bring it back to a 2-on-2. However, MEGAbotz now able to get themselves back into it. Another molly to go over towards that short position. Frog for a quick flash up. Kaza looking for the repeat. Looks like Tomiato just going to stick the bomb in the smoke. Frog will be able to find it, leaving Shocks in this 1-on-2. Bomb already smoked. He has a good idea where these players are. Just has to find them. Spray to come through, but it comes through a little bit delayed there. Kaza does go down in the end there, but Frog is able to get into a position to trade, and he takes that opportunity very well to put UniMelb another round ahead, 5-2.
That was a very, very close one, but trade positions are the good positions to be in UniMelb. As you said, 3 rounds to the side of MEGAbotz's 2 only, of course, on the board. And straight up this B take, of course, they heard MEGAbotz go aggressive mid. Might be looking to hold off now the aggression towards this B site. It's been set on fire. Heat comes out. V-Jack with a shot on the Mr. Smile. Smokes here to cover. Kaiser to hold the flank too. This is beautiful from the side of UniMelb, just in this eco securing as many kills as possible, denying anybody from MEGAbotz from securing a round or an AK here. And it's going to be all she wrote in that one. UniMelb with a swift take to B. They're on the eco, picking up their 6.
Yeah, really just nice fast play coming out from UniMelb. I get the feeling that they kind of guessed that their opponents would be on their last leg, at least for the time being, with that economy, and definitely adjusted their strategy around it. Or, who knows, maybe they're just going to keep committing to these faster approaches. By the looks of things, just another default from UniMelb, so perhaps not as of yet. Still, though, just flashes going back and forth over in mid as Vad continues holding it. Mr. Smile maybe going a little bit more aggressive, though about time someone in this game does. Neko also going to be finding a pick over towards that ramp position, and that's really the kind of stuff MEGAbotz needed. Shocks able to get one as well towards the B stairs.
It's a beautiful hold in that corner, drops the smoke. Now Shen forced a wide swing through this, and at the moment he has to spot Shocks. He does actually see him. Keen eye. Shen trains. His eyes are on the ball. His eyes are on the prize. As B is that prize looking to be picked up by the side of UniMelb. Molly comes out behind the pillar. Shots are coming out on the Shen. Bomb can't quite go down yet because, of course, there's a player holding his cross. Tomiato going to be tagged up. A few players down to half the HP. It's going to be Shen and Frog to try and hold it off against 4.
Oh, Shen gonna burn that molly though. Frog at least able to get one, but not too much more. As MEGAbotz make another retake happen, get themselves back into it. And that was a very different round for MEGAbotz there. Really nice stuff to see as they finally kind of realized, look, this isn't working. If we just let UniMelb steal away all the pace, you know, all that control of the pace and really dictate things for us, they're going to be able to roll us on their terms. So let's not do that. Let's go for a couple peeks here, play a little bit more risky, see if we can find a bit of a reward from doing so. And look, it did obviously work out. They got the 2 picks over on ramp, even got away with it, and they were able to just make that retake happen with the man advantage. Really nice stuff coming out from MEGAbotz.
Yeah, I have to say a pivotal position from Shocks again in that corner, catching UniMelb as they walk in. You can now see, for this round, the way it's gone, it's MEGAbotz taking some of that aggression now to this AE hold. Of course, a very deep push into the ramp. Mid, of course, being held for the crossfire. Necro going to be spotting out Shen. Half tags him up for the moment. And, well, after that shot, MEGAbotz are kind of forced to back off and play a little bit more passively.
Just playing a little bit more passive. Just over a minute as UniMelb start to regroup. It's a really nice shot being hit by Necro to take some damage onto Shen, but won't even know it. Iguana King will be able to find the first pick, but Bad still lingering around that mid position. It does shut out the lurk from Frog. Shock's also going to be hearing Kaza pushing through and will just wait. Does eventually peek out. He's back turned towards Chocks, having no idea where the positioning would be. Shen not going to miss it the second time around, though, as that bomb does make its way over towards the B site, but the quick rotate is there. Bullets already come through. VJack going to be able to find the first frag in that encounter.
That's a good angle to hold there, because of course that's normally where the CTs like to push from, is this kind of funneled spot towards the hallway. Necro gonna take out VJack. There's a flash in for his teammate. Shen's being covered on all angles. He will go out for the swing. Iguana King swap to the 8K, but Vad actually gonna pick them both up and picking up another round here for the MEGAbotz. Beautifully held yet again. Vad, a star player to look for at this B side so far for the MEGAbotz.
Yeah, it really seems it. The number of holds that have really been able to come out there from Vad and Shocks in that round as well. Over on B, just really starting to shine through, and especially that little clutch coming out. Very nice stuff, as UniMelb definitely starting to feel a little bit more of the pressure. Their economy definitely feeling a bit more pressured. Now they're going to be forced back down towards these pistols. Once again, just grouping up over towards this ramp position, but they're going to be smoked off and will be forced to pretty well just push through it. No one really watching straight away, but Necro scoping in. Going to be watching, but unable to land that first shot. Shen spamming the dig away. Tommy Ardo will try to do what he can with that MP9, but we'll just have to run and chuck a quick molly. Frog pushing through it. Will try to trade, but is unable to do any more.
Here comes the Tech 9, though. Iguana King, the stomp up, the roll on in. Taking to Tommy Ado. Though towards the side, traded by VJack, and now it's Vad again, the king of clutch so far in this game. Keys with the slow approach with the tech. Smoke going to be dropped. His head's not going to be spotted for the moment. MP9 pulled out. Double tap from Keys that finishes it off in style. Vad going to be smoked off and not even going to see his own demise befall him. UniMelb able to somehow pick up 7 there on that eco.
Yeah, really nice stuff from UniMelb again. We've just really been showing that when they get into one of those sites and really take over, they can do quite a fair bit, even on these pistols. And now MEGAbotz forced back onto the eco, where we're going to see a little bit of a quick push coming in mid, but Frog will be on it. We'll shut it down. Shen also going to be just entry fragging out over towards A, and we'll be able to get that pick. Basically open up that site completely, enable the plant to come through. Mr. Smile and Vad might opt to try and save this one. They've got Deagles and some util, but most importantly, they've got that full set of armor, helmets included. So, look, wouldn't be the best save, but also wouldn't necessarily be the worst one either, especially when they should be able to, you know, try and buy up in the next round or something like that.
Yeah, you can see the UniMelb really putting the pressure on. They can definitely feel and sense that MEGAbotz is, of course, on that eco, so they're able to take these kind of default positions, really hold the push for MEGAbotz, and unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles in this round. 8 now to the UniMelb. Still only 4 here for MEGAbotz, and as you said, a few players saving these deagles, keeping some flashes, keeping some bits of utility here, but their money hasn't been kept all too high this half so far.
Yeah, not particularly. We've seen quite a fair bit of economic instability, I think, throughout this first half. A lot of pistol buy rounds coming out from both MEGAbotz and UniMelb. But of course, being on that CT side, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get out of that tough situation. So, yeah, being forced into that double eco Does kind of suck, but Mr. Smile and Vad, the two saving players, still alive to try and do something, especially having that armor. Vad will be going for it very quickly with the double kill. Oh, that is very, very nice coming out from Vad. Just finding those two headshots, tapping away with the deagle. That definitely could change things.
Yeah, that's a massive play coming out from Vad there. The hero Megabotz need in their darkest hour. Able to pick up 2 guns. Of course, not really retrievable because UniMelb are holding them. And they're looking to hold this A side up for ransom. Of course, Tommy Yato, USP behind the default line here, looking towards the ramp. And it's where 2 UniMelb players are coming from. One, of course, to join them very shortly. Kaiser from the back line. Plenty of smokes, plenty of flashes, plenty of youth still to put into play here for UniMelb. Tosses out the molly, tosses out the smoke to cover. Tomiedo still kind of holding this position, doesn't know whether he wants to stay in that spot for all too long. Shot comes out from Shen, and the bomb will be going down at this A site now. 3v3 here for the retake.
3-on-3 as we see UniMelb just back off and play the post plant from the ramp. Megabotz going to be trying to do what they can as they get in on that other side. Still just trying to get over into these positions where they can face some of these players. Frog with a quick flash over and the sweep to come through as well. The transfer working wonders as Mr. Smile and Vad fall down, and Kaza will take out Tomiato in the end. Make it number 9 for UniMelb as they just continue showing themselves in full force here, and really just kind of showing the reasoning behind that Vertigo pick, because so far on their map here, at this point, they're just looking absolutely unstoppable.
And I guess also showing why they're one of these teams that qualified for the playoffs. You can see UniMelb, of course, very comfortable and confident on their T sides. Nothing really the Megabotz have been able to do to hold them off. Of course, those very good heroics being shown by Vad in a few of these rounds as well with shots. Mr. Smile taking extremely low off the wallbang pressure. UniMelb putting in, and Shen, beautiful flick to Tommy Yato to start it off, and that forces a few players to rotate to A, but this doesn't necessarily force UniMelb to go towards A.
And not particularly, just because they are able to get that first pick doesn't necessarily mean there aren't more players behind looking to try and get that trade, especially if they do prematurely rotate. So makes a bit of sense to back off to this B site, and it definitely will work in their favor because look, they've only got Vad guarding it. The other 3 did fall for that rotate. VJack will go down, and that could actually sell it a bit further. But as no push seems to be coming through, Vad will be calling the hit, and that is going to be the rotate coming forward. He needs to get at least 1 kill to try and even things out. He does, but does get traded. Still enabling his teammates to try and get back into that site, buying them a bit of time.
Yeah, Shen, a very brave peek there. Doesn't actually go for the plant because, of course, there's still a player looking to swing him. Shen down to 1 HP, able to take out that kill. You can see Necro just getting completely out of there. Wants nothing to do with this round. And UniMelb, this is going to be double digits secured on the board. Necro going to be securing the save of that AWP, molly, smoke kit, armor. Anything you could really want to muster here, because as we said, Megabotz, their utility been on kind of a downward trend in most of these rounds. UniMelb either getting these kills despite, you know, close affairs in the bomb plant situation, and UniMelb, they can afford to go for the hunt. Shen, of course, down to 1 HP. Looking to go for the swing on a ramp. He's heard the shot come out. Necro needs to be careful. He gets the wall bang in, but Necro is able to hold on for dear life. Last round of the half, and it's all UniMelb on their pick of Vertigo right now.
Yep. UniMelb, look, we saw a very similar story last week as well, where they were just really able to show up on these T sides. But I really do want to see how they go playing this map defensively as well, whether or not that could be an opening for Megabotz, or whether they actually are just as strong. Only time will tell. We're only another round away from finding out, really. Last round of the half, of course, as UniMelb once again make their approach largely through that ramp position, where we're not seeing Megabotz posted up Instead, just playing a bit more passively from the side, waiting for something to come through. Quick molly over towards the sandbags as the exec does come out from UniMelb. A few Molotovs to try and push the Megabotz around and try to get their positioning away from where they might be comfortable from. Doesn't seem to have too much of an effect. So now the smokes will come through. Vad, we see it just playing solo out over towards B. And we'll hear one, but other than that, seems like A might be the play for UniMelb.
And VJack walking up the side, but he isn't actually going to get that kill on Mr. Smiles. Quick reaction. VJack finds himself in the graveyard for this turn, and you can see the side of UniMelb still 4 members strong and still looking to overtake this A side. The rotation has been called over. Another shot. Mr. Smile picks up the AK and chops. He's tossed the AK, but he's just going to hold it. The famous headshot line. Iguana King flicks to 2. Now only 2 players left here for UniMelb to the 3 of MEGAbotz. Molly comes out. Of course, the plant comes in. Frog and Iguana King, the reptilian duo. Heat sheet from Iguana King's not all too great. It's a little rough. Necro out in the open takes the kill. And they've taken Frog extremely low. Shot in line of being held. Necro lands it. And last round of the half goes to the MEGAbotz. A beautiful retake there. And UniMelb a little bit overzealous to push that. But they're feeling confident in the end. 10-5 goes the half here for this first map of Vertigo.
That definitely is quite a fair bit out from MEGAbotz as well. Despite not losing, you know, despite losing the half rather, being able to get that extra round in and really pick things up a little bit more absolutely does help things out. Especially, you know, if they're able to get this pistol round, they're able to get themselves a economic advantage which will last them a couple of rounds, you know, help them get back up. Realistically, though, they do need this pistol round to make this work, but still not the worst position to be in. MEGAbotz just going to be playing over towards this B stairs with the bomb, hoping for a bit of early aggression as they hold this crossfire before they decide to go up. But ultimately, UniMelb are just going to be taking the range with those USPs. Probably the right call to make. Now the push will be coming through. VJack will spot one. Does go tapping away, trying to find some heads, but will not be able to get anything yet. Tommyato will be opening things instead.
Beautiful shot being landed by Tommyato, though. Shen, Iguana King, Shen! Crispy taps back, answered completely. Vad being spotted. Kaiser takes shocks, and everybody here from the UniMelb side. Beautiful in that retake. Shen with some sharp shots of that USP, and 11 on the board for UniMelb. My god, MEGAbotz, they got the bomb down, but UniMelb, that was a swift retake to go for. They didn't even need all too much util for that either.
Yeah, that was unbelievably quick, hey? Just being able to get in with those headshots and really just open things up. Again, largely on Shen being able to find that and Iguana King. Those 3 shots coming out so swiftly really just crumbled that post-plan approach from MEGAbotz. Now they're going to have to fight in this round, just burning their economy down. At least they did have that bomb plan to work with, so we do see some better guns in the form of those Galils and those Mac-10s. And they're going to put them to quick use by just charging up in this mid here, finding some damage. Shen down to 4 HP, Frog on 0. That certainly will open up a bit of a pathway, but VJack will try and stand in it. Won't be left standing for very long.
Yeah, you can see his gun dropped, picked up maybe by the side of the MEGAbotz, but they've got Galils and Mac-10s to work with too. Molly comes out to CT, and UniMelb in a little bit of a rough spot to go for this retake. Of course, the money wouldn't be all too favorable if they were to lose this one, but if they were to go for it too, their money wouldn't be all too great. HG comes out front of the site. Chocks here in the default position, just holding for the push coming in. Kaiser able to trade it out in the Chocks, but Vad immediately on the crossfire situation, and bomb goes down, plant secured, and the bomb will go off to 6. Now it's the 11. Shen just going to keep a hold of his M4 because, of course, he's extremely low going into that engagement, so he wasn't to do anything for it. 6 now to 11 on the scoreboard. Still heavily in the favor of UniMelb, but a few more rounds like that, and MEGAbotz could be back into this.
Yeah, certainly could be back into it if they continue up like this. Again, losing that pistol Not necessarily the ideal, but if you're able to win that force buy, it doesn't really matter too much. We're able to go 1-1 as far as the half score is concerned and get yourself into that superior position by resetting your opponent's economy. After all, they would have just bought straight into it, just like you have. So, in a way, kind of in very equal footing in that second round, and now they've certainly been able to surpass it. Holding over towards this ramp, it seems MEGAbotz just getting ready to go for a quick exec. Minute 18, as we just see the kind of contact play being made, waiting for a first engagement to come forward before committing fully to the site. Shen trying to nade over, will not be able to land it. His bullets will land, however. He's going to be able to take out Tomiyato. Takes the fight onto Mr. Smile as well, and does start to shut down the push, but Necro trade back. Iguana King contributing with a team kill.
And Shen going for the boost up the jump up. He's going to take out bad chocks too. Shen, the hero of this round. He's done it really all with this M4. He's picked it up. Now V-Jack jumps up in the same position Shen goes for. And Shen, that's a masterful play. The hero M4 being saved from that last round pays off dividends. UniMelb looking to pick up 12 now. Defusing the 1v1 from V-Jack. And that is absolutely absurd there. Shen getting away with so many kills scot-free and no answer from MEGAbotz is rough to see.
Shen almost with the ace there would have been if he didn't get taken out in that final fight. V-Jack able to avenge him though, so still ends up as a nice little 4K, which hey, you can't be too unhappy about. At the end of the day, it's a round win nonetheless, and it is a team game, so there's that. But still, UniMelb very happy to get things back in order after losing that second round bye. Still MEGAbotz having some cash in their banks. They will go for these AKs, and they're looking to try and deal some damage with it. Iguana King striking first. Shocks with the very swift trade, rushing through smoke to avenge his fallen friend. Even still, that leaves these teams on equal footing. 4 versus 4. Kaza on 1 HP, however.
Yeah, we've seen a crazy amount of early fights going in the favor of MEGAbotz so far, and well, they look to take maybe that advantage over towards B. Going to be V-Jack, of course, holding in at that corner behind the pillar. MEGAbotz slow approach through. Van tosses his deagle over, gives it to Shocks. Extremely low HP member here for the MEGAbotz. A flash comes out here. V-Jack knows that he is a core part here, but MEGAbotz actually turned tail straight over towards A. They catch the low HP Kaiser. 30 seconds now to put this exec on, but it's still 2 players holding for UniMelb.
Yep, UniMelb just going to be holding on. Quick peek from Shen as he jumps up on the box. Will get traded out though, so no multi-kills coming forward. That bomb will get planted though. The spray through the smoke will stop V-Jack, now leaving Frog. 1 versus 3 on the other side of this smoke. Has a good idea where some of these players could be. Spots one, spots another. Does take that second player out. Just go for the peek forward. Vad now to fall, and this looks very, very doable at this point. Shocks just playing it back and forth. Is now using that smoke to get up on the side. Frog, no idea where he is, will actually just stick this bomb, but Shocks will be able to rush up and stop it. Very nice clutch attempt coming forward though, but unfortunately not one that is successful. MEGAbotz will take number 7.
Yeah, number 7 means they have the economy situation under locks here for the moment. UniMelb, despite some heroics from Shen, picking them up that 12th, not quite able to find the 13th. Looking to go aggressive though to middle. Frog takes a shot now fully. White's able to get away. Safety, him and Shen cowering in the corner, but they're both going to be taken out by Necro. AK picks up, nothing saved by UniMelb. Kaiser looking to get aggressive, also going to find an early kill of his own.
Yeah, really nice stuff from UniMelb. Absolutely sharp shot coming out from Frog. Iguana King also following up with 1. V-Jack able to use that orb and find a pick. Will spot Shocks, who is just going to be trying to find a bomb plant or whatever is possible here. Has to try and spot a player to make it happen, but going to be having to face multiple at once. Iguana King leaping off the edge though. maybe would give an opening if Kaza wasn't there to close it. Unfortunate that's now happened to Iguana King twice this map, but that is what it is. UniMelb still in the lead by 6 rounds.
Yeah, you can. I'm reading the chat. Everybody's enjoying the display putting on by UniMelb, even though they're hitting some crazy shots and some crazy plays. They're still falling out of the map, and unfortunately means their economy is still not in the greatest of situations. Only in P90 here from Iguana King. A boost up here, actually going to catch out Frog. Van, very smart call to make. VJack now to solo hold B site with this AWP yet again. A few players coming from the spawn side, but VJack takes them both. Doesn't check though for Necro coming up the stairs, but it's all awry here for the Megabotz. They've all fallen in the blink of an eye. Flash comes out, HE is good. Kaiser flushes, and UniMelb strong and dominant. Not even going for a retake there, they're just going for the fights.
As the in-game thing said, 39-second round that was, and certainly, if anything, felt shorter than that. UniMelb just ending that in the blink of an eye, being able to just kind of work together cohesively as a unit and do whatever they can. Mr. Smile going to be going. Oh no. He tried. Look, I'll give him credit for trying to go for it, but unfortunately the run boost not quite working out in his favor. That is unfortunate, but hey, might as well try it, especially when you're in a round like this and you don't have the full weaponry. VJack just going to hand them even more of a loss there, really, and Shen to close it. 15-7 as map point goes the way of UniMelb.
Yeah, and I had to feel UniMelb, of course, flexing their muscle quite a bit to end this half out. You know, it hasn't been, you know, as dominant as the performances I was expecting out of UniMelb, of course. Megabotz, they've fought toe-to-toe in a few of these rounds, got some plants down, secured themselves a heavy amount of money, going for the boost yet again, and the run boost actually going to pay off this time. Mr. Smile's not going to fall to his lonely death. Shot comes out, and VJack's not going to expect it. There we see now something starting to go right here for Megabotz. The approach to B, but he is going to be shut down quickly by Frog. He's trying to find his second, but Tommy Yato with the back 10 run and gun catches him off guard, and B site's now opened up and secured here by the Megabotz.
I just love that attitude of, oh well, it didn't work the first time, but let's try it again. Coming out, and yeah, paid off being able to find that opening pick. Megabotz able to get their way up onto the site with that man advantage, but UniMelb, look, they've been really good on these retakes, and they're certainly showing some strength here. Iguana King going to be able to find that kill onto Tomiyato. Vad able to get one more back, keeping it a 2-on-2. The AWP flicks being very sharp. Ooh. Oh my, that is quite the shot in the end as well. Just precision coming out to take Kaz's head right off. UniMelb, you might be at match point, but Megabotz are not done quite yet.
Yeah, both of these AWPs being quite fearsome from both sides. VJack, we saw getting a little bit mitzy and caught off guard by the run boost. You can now see Megabotz. A few players with a limited amount of util, but still in it to play for this first map. UniMelb, of course, it's only Iguana King to the Deagle. The rest of them do still have these rifles and the open play for VJack. She comes out. Shen takes the duel against Trox, an unfavorable one, but he's able to get out, down to 7 points of HP, and holds on to that rifle. A much needed asset here for UniMelb right now.
Yeah, much needed asset indeed. UniMelb just really wanting to close this and move on to our second map. Frog getting another pick as well. VJack to find one on to Necro, leaving Vad and Tomiyato. That is going to definitely be quite the difficult situation to work with, but look, Bad Tomiyato not exactly shying away here, just having to do whatever they can. They need to get that bomb back as a start. Vad just working this mid position to try and find a pick, but again, with UniMelb holding that man advantage, they don't exactly want to give anything up, so we're seeing some fairly careful plays coming forward. Shen will peek, as will Iguana King, and they'll go down, but Tomiyato now left in the 1v2 will try to cross. VJack spraying down Goes down to 42 HP. The problem is that he's nowhere near this bomb, and so Tomiato has to find both of these two flags, and they're both in two separate angles. And they were absolutely just going to be there for the pincer maneuver. UniMelb going to be able to take it in the end, 16-8 to finish out map 1. Shen going 27-12. How about that?
Yeah, of course, one of our players to look at when we, of course, started this game off, and of course in our pre-game discussion, Shen was one of our eyes to look at, and definitely performing to a massive seams there. And now, of course, we go over to Inferno, and this is going to be an interesting one because we've seen what UniMelb are capable of on this map, and we've also seen what the Megabotz are capable on this map. But Vertigo being picked up, map pick secured by, of course, the side of UniMelb. 1-0 in the series so far.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to cut to a very quick break while we get that second map all ready and sorted for you. But don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more action coming right up, so definitely stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to Week 5 of the AEL University League for CSGO. As always, I'm Tuesbees, joined by 2Tap Tony. We just saw quite the matchup coming through on Vertigo between UniMelb and, of course, the Monash MEGAbotz. But we're going to be having a second round matchup, or a second map coming through over on Inferno. But before we get to that, Tony, of course, we've got some lovely, lovely people we need to thank, I do believe.
Yeah, we've always got to thank our lovely sponsors making the Uni League possible. And of course, much love to Chatime, AOC, Indomie, and ROG. Of course, Chatime, as we said in the beginning, they have one of the freshest iced teas in Australia. The very best, of course, with commitment to quality ingredients. Chatime, of course, have innovative flavors and 120 Chatime tea breweries. That's quite crazy, to say the least. And of course, ASC, they've got some crazy good monitors for you. Global leaders in monitor display technology with more than 50 years experience, delivering a quality and exceptional viewing experience worldwide. Of course, whether you're at home, in the office, or you're just doing some general gaming, AOST have you covered. And as well, Indomie have you covered with their delicious mee goreng. Of course, you can check it all out at your local supermarket. Grab yourself a bunch today and keep yourself well-fed. RIG, what it takes to win. We saw UniMelb, have what it takes to win there in that first map. Very dominant side of Vertigo there on the T side. And of course, RIG, they develop quality headsets for anybody, whether you're at that competitive gaming level or you're just doing a little bit of streaming for your mates. Of course, RIG have you covered. Join the RIG team today and enhance your gaming experience.
Yeah, very, very well said there, Tony. We are going to be going live very, very soon. I believe the teams are live in the server. I do believe my game has just crashed, which we love to see, of course. Thank you, Counter-Strike, for always working. Valve, please fix something to that effect. So Tony, if you see anything on the GoTV, be sure to tell us while I'm getting that game up, because I cannot see anything at this point.
Yeah, we don't see it all too much. A few of them just spraying the floors, letting us know that they're friends at the end of the day. MEGAbotz, of course, going to be on that T side to start it off. UniMelb on the CT side. Inferno, going to be a bit of a crazy affair, because of course we've seen what both of these teams are capable of. More the UniMelb side, of course, very strong on their T sides, but also pretty comfortable T sides as well. MEGAbotz just going to be playing tic-tac-toe before they let each other, of course, pick the sides, and it's going to be a tie in the end of things. MEGAbotz, come on, Tommy Ado, I believed in you.
Yeah, Tommy Ado. I think it's Tommy Ado. Someone in chat was saying that, but Tommy Ado, tomato, something to that effect. I'm getting back in now, so it should be just a moment until you'll have some vision on your screens. So just waiting on all that, but thanks for being patient with us. I don't think the game has started yet. So
no, that's it.
Yep, we haven't missed anything, which is good. If you're gonna have your game crash, ideally in the warm-up, I guess is the best time to have it, but there you go. But Tony, in the meantime, someone in chat asked what your favorite Chatime flavor is, so what's your favorite bubble tea to get? What's your order looking like?
I'm a big mango fan. I haven't had Chatime in a while because I don't believe where I'm situated at the moment, Armanel, unfortunately doesn't have any delicious Chatime, but you know, mango is always a go-to flavor for me. So you know, I believe the chocolate milky iced tea as well is also a flavor I've been pretty interested in. The coconut as well, or the milky iced tea is always just a solid ground to go for in terms of Chatime.
We are going to be back into the game here, where we're going to see very quick pushes coming forward from the MEGAbotz side, getting out over to this A site. Quick bomb plant to come forward as the 3-on-3 retake is on. Not sure what's happening with the skybox on my client there, but look, just some more of that Counter-Strike magic coming out for you. VJack going to be trying to get back on it, as Shox will be able to deny that. We'll push through, and Shox getting that one in the end. We'll just take that audio down a little bit, because that was very, very loud coming through. We'll see if I can get the textures fixed. I don't know what's happening with my Counter-Strike, but hey, look, you can see the action. It works close enough, so leave it like that for now. But MEGAbotz taking that pistol round, and we're gonna see VJack just going for a very quick push coming out. We'll try and find something. Mr. Smile getting tagged down quite a fair bit, and Shen pushing to find that final shot.
Yeah, you can see that's going to be a gun picked up, but Iguana King now put under the pressure over at A. Few more teammates to help him out. Frog from the balcony able to take one before falling. Kesa with his 5-7 in play, trying to hit some dirty shots. Tomiyato taking down the 37 points of HP. Smoke there to cover, plants down. 3v3 retake here, but Shen and VJack taking a heavy amount of HE damage there, and the library might be looking to back off, and they're actually just looking to save already.
Just looking to back off and, you know, do whatever they can. It does seem as if they want to just back away, get under some cover. It does look like, you know, not some quite nice weather in that sky there, so just looking to try and get some shelter, it seems. Particularly getting away from those T's and that bomb that's about to go off. Take those guns and do whatever they can with it. 2-0 start for MEGAbotz as they get things going. But UniMelb on the other end, they should be able to try and do a bit more with those pistols if they can. Looks like next round is going to be the round they'll buy, so for now, just sort of a bit of the same.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a rough trend here to start it off. UniMelb, bit unhinged. Sorry, MEGAbotz, a bit unhinged now on their team side, and just looking to unleash on the side of UniMelb. And Galil's still in play. Mac 10-2, just keeping cashed up early on is what MEGAbotz are about, because they were starved heavily for cash in that last map. Vertigo just looked very dominant on paper there for UniMelb, but starting to be answered the dominance in this one. Shen VJack, of course, holding this crossfire, and MEGAbotz with a slow approach. Of course, Vad over there for the lurk to sell the fake that they might be looking to go A, but it's all here towards B.
Nice little opener from Frog to shut down the A lurk, but MEGAbotz still very intent on getting this B site. VJack find another shot of his deagle. Has a few more to go for, but not able to land anything more than that. More shots to come through on the other side of that smoke from Shen, but none do connect, and that bomb will be able to go down. MEGAbotz outnumbered, however, by UniMelb now on the retake. Trying to push through. Shen finally able to do something with that Galil as he gets that pick. Frog with another dig shot. Now left to checks 1v4. He's got the rifle for it at the very least, so he'll try and do whatever he can, but as soon as he peeks out, he's just got 4 players ready to swing on him. So that's going to be that. UniMelb actually in a pretty good position there, especially because they're able to get the 4 Galils and save them. And they've also got the money to go for a full buy here. And VJack take full advantage and buy himself an AWP.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, because UniMelb, I believe, didn't really invest all too much into that round. MEGAbotz, of course, kept their money high as well. So this one's going to be a little bit of an even affair. 4 Galils being saved, of course, from that round. Early Molly comes out. Shen not able to peek at Tommy Yato, getting extremely close to that broken wall. But all it is one wall lane from VJack. One shot is all that's necessary to take a killing blow. Molly is put in the play here. Shen VJack now to hold it from a bit of a different crossfire, backed up towards the CT spawn, one towards the triple box, and 2 players here from MEGAbotz just selling a potential A rotate to come in. Of course, smoke going to be put down here by Necro, lined up towards the arch side. Then we dropped on in to the play. It leaves actually shots in a good position across up through this short side, and still 3 players over here for B for the MEGAbotz, and UniMelb, they haven't budged a muscle.
Yeah, UniMelb playing very passively, not really taking much CT aggression, which probably the right kind of play to make at this point, especially when you know your opponent should have guns back. But as it will be going for that solo peek, and it doesn't quite work out as well as you might have hoped, Tommyato will throw a quick smoke out on B as well as that bomb does get ready to go out. The round the world play coming from Necro and checks, although Shen will be checking it. Might not expect a second, however, as he does get shot in the back, not fatally. But Frog will be running in forward. Will get shut down. Now left to Iguana King in the 1-on-2.
Yeah, Iguana King put under pressure here. Molly Flash available for Mr. Smile, but they need to quite get that bomb down. Not being able to be picked up for the moment. He can't really stick at default. Iguana King able to stop the play, and he's got the timing. And it pays off dividends there. I don't know what MEGAbotz did there. Maybe dropped the bomb in the fountain. It was a little bit hard to grab, and UniMelb were able to pick that one up. 2-2 now on the scoreboard. Not a round you want to be dropping for MEGAbotz.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate coming out there. Don't know what was happening with MEGAbotz. They didn't quite get the timing right. Something about this this stormy weather, night sky coming out there, just throwing them off, I suppose. But yeah, unable to get that bomb plant down. Really nice the way Iguana King was able to just deny it, play around that timing rather well. And MEGAbotz, we've seen that kind of thing come from them, where they play so late and they play so slow that they end up getting caught out by that timing. This time they're going to get caught out by Shen with the quick double.
Very nice double there from Shen to start it off, and that throws a bit of spanner in the works here for MEGAbotz. They're going to still take towards this ace side. Frog in the pit, though, going to be denying another shot. It comes out, a wallbang one from Iguana King. It's up to Mr. Smile. Up 1v5. Not really the most ideal of situations to be in at the moment. Of course, he just wanted to secure the plant money. Not going to be able to do so. Mr. Smile will be backing up through the second mid, but UniMelb, they've pushed heavily down through the banana side. VJack's been caught the no-scope. Beautiful shot being landed by Mr. Smile. Kaiser also going to make the slow approach. His footsteps be heard by Mr. Smile. Trades out for the M4. Looking the wrong way, though. Iguana King just underneath that short balcony. Able to take it. UniMelb take 3 now on the board.
Yep, 3 on the board now for UniMelb, able to get things back a little bit here. Quick look at the scoreboard where Shen currently going 6-2, Shocks 4-3, and Mr. Smile 6-3 to lead the scoreline for the MEGAbotz side as they continue their approach now with these pistols. Try and do what they can. VJack going to be over towards the top of this Nana, able to get that opener. Kaza on the other side of this archway here, taking out Necro. Frog also finding one, leaving Mr. Smile and Tomiato.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rough situation again. UniMelb continuing their kind of dominance over some of these eco rounds. MEGAbotz not really able to put themselves in a position where they're able to steal away a gun or two. UniMelb just default lockdown completely. VJack peeks the corner there under Mr. Smile. Iguana King's got him covered in the corner, and it's going to be a 4th. Quickly being secured by UniMelb. And now, MEGAbotz, they're to a buy here, but starting to dwindle early on, and you don't really want to be giving UniMelb that early kind of confidence, because we saw what they did on Vertigo with it. They're able to steamroll into a convincing 10-5 in the half, but MEGAbotz back to a bite and see what they can do. Chocks out with the AWP, but still UniMelb showing this aggressive nature towards Banana.
Going to be able to just grab that bomb and just play around that bottom mid position as his teammates work on trying to take some banana control. Quick nade to go out from Mr. Smile, won't connect with anything, as those B players from UniMelb have backed off and are now just kind of giving up that car position, waiting for the push to come through. Shannon will be able to hear some footsteps as VJack watches cross of the sight line with this narrow little angle. Just over a minute left, and MEGAbotz will still be playing this rather slow, still in this kind of a default, having players around that bottom mid and in apps. So they've got a bit of legroom as to where they can go. Problem, again, could just be the timing. They're still playing rather slow and no aggression, no information found as of yet.
Yeah, MEGAbotz, this is not the way you want to really start your T-sides off, really. Putting a little amount of pressure on UniMelb and just not forcing them to crack. We saw UniMelb in some of those rounds where they're put under the pressure that MEGAbotz are actually able to make them crack. And now you can see A-Take comes in with 30 seconds. Iguana King's got the crossfire with the molly forcing him out. You can see Kaiser drops a HE and does some good damage on a few players. And now that signals that he can spray on through, almost taking out Vad and Mr. Smile. 15 seconds. They're still trying to get this bomb down, but you can see it's so well held right now for UniMelb. Make it 9, 7, 6. It's all gone. They're all dropped dead towards the short side. Frog and Kaiser collecting beautifully. In the 5th round being picked up by the UniMelb. And that's now 5 straight in a row on this start of this map.
I do like the way that MEGAbotz are playing in terms of playing fairly patient. But the problem is that when you're playing against a team that is also playing incredibly patient and you're on the T side, you kind of have to make that first move, and we're not seeing that as much from MEGAbotz, because by the time they do, they've only got 30 seconds left to hit a side, or they've, only got, just under a minute left, and we see that mid-round coming in far too late, and that's really what has been their undoing the last few rounds, is they've just kind of played themselves in that regard. So I think what we need to see is just a little bit more aggression coming out, change the pace up, try and keep UniMelb on their toes if you can. That's really what MEGAbotz need to try and do, is just change up their game plan at this point. They're still going to be taking it a bit slow instead, but trying to just get a pick over on B. Nearly works. VJack down to 2 HP. Will be forced to back off.
Yeah, so many players getting caught so low, but able to get away with so many kills. Shen picking up 2 there towards the banana, and well, they're able to back off completely. Shen and VJack hold for dear life at B site, and MEGAbotz looking to rotate out potentially, but looking to rotate back in. Not really scared of the aggressive nature being shown here by UniMelb. And well, now 30 seconds on the clock. MEGAbotz with these kind of slow takes not really catching UniMelb off guard at the moment, but might be looking to catch some kills here. Got Shen in the corner. Shot comes out from VJack. Crossfire being held. Smoke in. Timings of the essence. VJack doesn't get the shot, but Shen able to take one before falling, and now Plant comes in. VJack goes for the shot and takes out Shocks. Swing in, and VJack hitting every mark right now. UniMelb just looking unstoppable now on this CT side. So that's 6 straight, 6-2 now on the scoreboard.
And again, just another point where it just came so down to the wire as far as that timing went, that, you know, by the time that that bomb was even approaching that site, there were only something like 30 seconds left to try and get it in. And the thing is with coordinated pushes like that, it does take a bit of that time to set up and get right. So MEGAbotz, I would really just love to see them just hit A together or at some point, or just, you know, just take some early aggression somewhere. It does look like they are able to do that over on B, though. They've got that top banana push, but again, just no information, because UniMelb, they really are kind of playing very passive, and it's really working for them at this point. They don't really need to change what they're doing.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And well, MEGAbotz feeling extremely broke here in terms of the economic situation after UniMelb taking these 6 straight rounds in a row. Set up the smoke over towards the A site, but they're positioned for this bead take, and they're going to have to answer for this absolute massive wall that Shen and VJack have put in front of them over at B. Shot comes out from G. VJack not quite able to land it. HE to follow up from Shen. And a reposition from both parties involved here. Molly 2 to just stall for even longer. MEGAbotz, they either have to go through it, smoke it off, or, you know, they might have to wait it out. This is very little on the clock. A flash comes out here. Beautiful pick up there from Shen. A good swing and a good flash from his teammate VJack. Shen still holding the line, picks up one more and a bad. VJack's got his corner covered, and it's going to be one more player left. Mr. Smile try and cross into the site scot-free, but though not going to be able to do so. Iguana King picks it up. 7 now on the board for UniMelb.
Yeah, really unfortunate stuff coming out from MEGAbotz, not able to get themselves on that site, and just, I don't think they had too much util to work with. If they did, definitely not really seeing much of it coming forward as they tried to go for that exit, and again, just leaving it a bit late, having not too much time to get forward. So UniMelb just able to really shut things down early. Necro going to get taken out by a quick swing from Shen, catching him off guard. VJack to go for the re-peek as well, but won't have anything in his sight lines as of yet. Might in a moment, though. There it is, Vad. Just trying to rejoin his teammates over towards the T-stairs, and will get picked off.
Yeah, this is really how this half has been going so far. MEGAbotz, they try for some aggressive play towards Banana or over towards A, and they just get picked off early round after round. But Tomiedo, he's had enough. He wants to take out Case early on. He can do so. Smoke not going to be lined up by his teammate, and this is UniMelb. 3 players over towards his A site. They've left VJack to his devices. This is a very good crossfire being established here towards the arch side. It's whether the side of MEGAbotz check it. They do. Mr. Smile takes out Iguana King. Pace is now starting to be picked up. Frog is going to have to answer heavily up on top of the default box. Not able to get Mr. Smile. He's got Shen to cover him. It's already rotated over. Shen takes out Chox too. One more player to deal with. It's Tomiedo, and Shen does it every time. 4K in that round. Beautiful pickup. UniMelb continue this streak of dominance.
15-4. Let's check that ADR. 142. And look at all this util damage coming out from the UniMelb side. Look at these KDs. Just look at all of these beautiful stats. Frog with a 71% headshot rate as well. That's absolutely insane coming out so far, and what a dominant scoreline to boot as well. UniMelb really showing up quite strong so far. MEGAbotz having to get themselves back into it and make something happen. Going to be trying to do that with a bit of mid control, putting 3 players over towards there, pushing up towards the top of mid, but UniMelb holding that crossfire still.
Yeah. Flash is being dumped. Shen might be looking to go for an aggressive pick, but Flash comes in. Bad has been spotted. Shen goes for the trade there, the spray transfer, but VJack actually has to answer for it. Bomb is dropped in the hands of UniMelb, though. VJack has eyes on it. MEGAbotz looking to rotate over. Beautiful flick up from VJack. And he's just going to fall away scot-free. 2 players now to still deal with at this B side. Both AWPers in play. VJack and Iguana King both beaking both lines. Iguana King takes a shot in the neck row. It's left to Mr. Smile. Bomb is in the open still. And this is UniMelb with ironclad defense right now. And of course, he can't melt through it. UniMelb going to be picking up 9 here. MEGAbotz still struggling to find this 3rd round.
Yeah, struggling for sure. UniMelb at this point just showing up. Their economy is absolutely unstoppable. They should be able to buy for the rest of this half. And they are looking so dominant at this point. Meanwhile, MEGAbotz definitely starting to crack a bit more so. We see some of that early team damage coming out. We finally see a bit more of a dominant push coming forward now that these players are on pistols only. We do see a kill coming forward from Necro as the swings continue. Tomiato finding one onto Kaza as well. That will open up a pathway to this A site, although we are going to be spotting some players around here as well. 3-on-3 nonetheless. Shen will go down. That is going to be rather nice. VJack, Frog trying to get back into it, but Frog missing that head there. VJack left last alive. Shocks to just play around, try and spray through. But either way, it looks like VJack unable to get his way back into this. Just seems like he is going to be dropped here when the stone comes forward. And there it is. VJack absolutely just unable to find a way in, completely disconnected from that bomb site.
Yeah, and I have to say a credit to the side of MEGAbotz. A beautiful hold there in that post plant. A beautiful swing from Necro. Lightning quick picking off the library player there from UniMelb. Well, UniMelb are not going to be feeling too disheartened. That was, of course, 9 rounds in a row after such a streak. To start it off for MEGAbotz, unfortunately, weren't quite able to answer, but looking to maybe answer quickly in this take towards the A site. They've caught Iguana King out towards the arch side, jumping Mac 10, finishes him off, looking across now, and Case is caught out in the open, can't reposition, play behind the smoke though. Frog, outside of this pit, able to hold it on, take another duck, his head, reload, and well, Frog's still being a linchpin in this site, despite the plant going down. Shen picks up another kill, 2 now to hold for this post plant. It's Chox, Vad, in this crossfire kind of position. Molly comes out. Chox, default box. Shen spots out Vad. They know where Chox is too. And Frog to close it up there in that 110. Now on the board, despite MEGAbotz's best efforts, they got the bomb down. They got the money secured. They're not quite able to hold on to the round. And it goes again to UniMelb.
Still definitely a better showing from MEGAbotz in that round, though. I really feel like they definitely in that one decided that, you know, the passive plays weren't exactly working out as much as they would have hoped, and just decided, okay, you know what, let's just do something so puggy. Let's just rush over towards A, throw a couple smokes out, you know, try and break it up a bit. Let's not overthink this. And yeah, that worked. It got them a bomb plant. I really want to see them try a bit more of this, and it seems like they're going to over on B as well, where they've kind of realized, look, if a team is playing really passive, you can't necessarily just play passive yourself. You have to try and set that pace. Unfortunately, though, VJack and Shen will also be on the receiving end here to just try and intercept this push, and they will do so successfully.
Yeah, they shut it down and time again. Bomb in the hands here, and I have to say, a credit to VJack and Shen. This has been a monstrous hold banana, and MEGAbotz, they can't really seem to just get up through that site. No mollies being tossed early on, no lineups that UniMelb aren't ready for. Few shots just coming spammed out of VJack. The molly finally comes in, what we wanted to see. VJack forced to back off, but Iguana King XM auto shotty in a close range. Shen still holding that bomb out in the open. Nade comes in. Shen not afraid to peek it though. Down to 46, takes the team damage, but still takes the fight anyway. 11 on the board for UniMelb, and another multi-kill round for Shen. 21-7. This man has been on it this entire evening.
Yeah, absolutely right. Shen is one of these players that just has completely shown up time and time again. Someone who I'd be absolutely scared of versing in matchmaking. Oh my god, and Frog also just hitting a nice opener. Goes around for the second too. That is such a huge loss so early for MEGAbotz.
Yeah, you can see it just starts to dwindle out of their favor. Well, Frog fancy himself an AWP over towards the back hall, trying to take a shot, but only going to be taking some damage. Molly out from Iguana King. Spot this M249, and looks like it spells out despair. This is what Iguana King, and sorry, the rest of MEGAbotz are feeling right now. Shock's the only one left as the cross is covered. Frog going to be getting his AWP shot in the end. 12-3. Dominant first half again from UniMelb. You can see why they're one of the teams to make the playoffs, and you can see why they're one of the revered favorites here in the Uni League.
Yeah, one of the favorites coming out, absolutely. And again, one of these teams that has been able to make the playoffs, so we'll definitely be seeing a bit more from them. But UniMelb, yeah, look, they're just so strong at this point. Just really showing quite the dominant plays. Necro going to be going for that quick peek over towards mid. Will land a shot onto Kaza, but nothing fatal. It's not going to be able to stop this push coming through, which will be rather fast. Julie's going up first on Shen. Will go down. Iguana King to pick them up. Will be able to finish what he started with it though. Frog going to hit a shot onto his teammate, and will turn around to hit one onto an opponent as well. Tomiato just getting absolutely swarmed, and checks a bit late to the party now, coming around from the B side. Will get overwhelmed. Just like that, UniMelb go absolutely charging through. What a round.
Yeah, no mercy being shown from UniMelb. I don't know if it's a disrespectful buy. Dualies, of course, are a weapon in this game, and Iguana King, if he wants to wield them, he can, and he wielded them perfectly in that one. 13 out of 3. This is a very rough game here for MEGAbotz. Of course, we saw them really answer on that Vertigo pick quite astonishingly, and now we've see them go missing in this one so far. Only 3 to their name to UniMelb's 13. Smoke off to the CT. Bad has been spotted. Shot comes out from Shocks. A bit of instinct to come out. Maybe some footsteps being heard. Sound cue given. Bad with another shot given. Oh my god, Bad! Keep it going, sir. That's what you want to see. Shocks even chimes in. A bit of magic in the air. MEGAbotz. And a back call admin says UniMelb. Those were some beautiful shots from Bad.
Yeah, BK definitely gonna have to check his PC after this one. That's absolutely insane stuff coming forward. MEGAbotz, they needed that. They needed that kind of round to spur them back to life, and well, if there's a way to do it, that certainly is one of them. Shocks are going to be able to find a quick opener as well into this round. Iguana King trying to push up, but will fall down. So meanwhile, UniMelb try to make a play over towards mid. Send a player also over towards that apartments area. 2 players are going to be playing up, or Tomiato rather, playing for this dig side. Will catch off Shen.
Yeah, Tomiato. Beautiful angle to hold. Flash comes out from Mr. Smile. Are we blowing up Kaiser and potentially VJack? Bomb is going to be picked up. UniMelb. The rough position now here to be in VJack in a close one. towards the banana, looking to peek the broken wall, but he's not going to expect the crossfire, being beautifully held by MEGAbotz, and that's what we want to see in a few of these rounds. Frog, walk up to Arch side, only 2 players to deal with here inside of the MEGAbotz. Mr. Smile on the flank, MP9 collects them both. Beautiful trigger discipline, beautiful spray transfer being picked up by Mr. Smile, and a 5th on the board for the MEGAbotz.
Yep, MEGAbotz definitely enjoying the swap over to CT so far, as they've been able to get themselves up a few rounds and keep things going, even going for the double AWP. Look, they're just trying to have some fun at this point as well. UniMelb, they're perfectly fine with this, just going to wait one more round before committing to the buy, because they don't have the money to do it as of yet, but that's okay. They've got the rounds ahead of them, so I don't think they're particularly too fussed or too worried so far. Necro gonna be firing off that shot a little early and will get hit in the head for it. I think Frog shooting that shot off. So now UniMelb start to get their pistol push coming through over towards A.
Yeah, you can see them have gained a ton of ground up through Arch. Vad still holding that Arch line. Shots and Tommyedo holding the balcony. Swinger Guana King with a tech. Gets the dink off, but still MEGAbotz holding strong. VJack able to pick up Vad there with a cheeky little dink of his own, but good reposition. Tommyedo drops the bomb. Left to VJack with an open hand and a 1v4. Necro holding library. Beautiful shot. Secured again by MEGAbotz, and a beautiful round being picked up. 3 in a row to start off this CT side, and that's what they need right now, because they've bled so many rounds out to the University of Melbourne. 13 still on the board and looking for then some. Gun's going to be traded. Double AWP out here for the MEGAbotz.
Double AWP out here for the MEGAbotz, as so far making pretty good use of it. Necro is still playing over towards that mid position where VJack ready in that second mid area to just kind of go for a swing, I think. Deep smoke going over towards the bottom of Nana will lend some control to Vad, who actually will hit a shot through it. Frog trying to spray through, but will get a return from the other side. He will not be happy with. UniMelb trying to make do with what they can, a player down, as they've taken that app's control, and Shen going to be jumping out, bring that bomb over towards mid.
Yeah, MEGAbotz maybe looking a little bit more ironclad in their defense. See them picking up a few more. Necro taking out Shen. Drops the bomb out in the open, and UniMelb maybe not to A this time. VJack back it off. You can see Flash to try and cover him on his walk out, but actually might just be his walk in. Smoke comes out towards the Arch side. There's a player up on top of the short boost, and it's going to be Tommyedo spotted. Flash tossed over towards Chox, who has secured a position just next to the hay barrel. No one's going to be checking it for the moment. Iguana King was looking that way, but maybe checking for the pit. Kaiser now to hero his way into this site. Has to find a few players. And it's going to be held by Necro in the end. 7 on the board here for the MEGAbotz. And slowly but surely, UniMelb's advantage starting to slip out of their hands.
Yeah, certainly does appear that way, as MEGAbotz have been able to get themselves a few rounds now. UniMelb only able to get 1 so far and a half. MEGAbotz 4 in a row. So they've definitely been able to do a fair bit of damage. UniMelb hoping to do a bit in this round with these pistols. It will come charging through. Shen with some absolutely huge picks. Kaza going to be able to help him out there. A lot of damage being dealt overall, but no kills so far. That will change with Chox coming back to the site. A bomb going down, however. 4 on 3. That AWP also going the way of VJack, who will be able to just hold a nice little angle over on CT.
Oh, that HC deadly close to landing point blank on a VJack. Necro actually going to take out VJack. That's AWP dropped down the site for UniMelb, and they're going to just smoke up the site and just hold in it. You can see Chox has a high aggressive angle. Frog's taking out Tommyedo, but Chox beautiful position to take here. Shen, now the Necro, and the spray is on. Shen's going to get him through the smoke. He's too smart for it. And that's going to be 14 now to UniMelb. Shen continues to stat pad up a storm. 24 to 12 to the 21 and 15 of Shocks. And UniMelb, they're getting scarily close to closing this game out.
Yeah, scarily close indeed. Although Kaza will lose a little bit of HP in the spawn as quick knife comes through. Quick little accident, but a bit more damage being dealt as Shen finds 2 early frags on Atrox and Necro, who absolutely had no idea what was coming.
Yeah, you can see aggressive play up through the apartments. Actually going to drop the bomb here for MEGAbotz. Tomoyato. MP9 in that kind of close range. Secures it 3 to 3. And this is a round MEGAbotz really can't afford to be losing. Of course, on their back foot, this would be match point and series point for the University of Melbourne. Flash comes out towards the arch side. The push comes to shove. It's Mr. Smile. Traded out by Vjak, though. And now it's Tomoyato Vad towards the short side. Orpa's both in play here for UniMelb. But it's a shot onto Iguanet. On to Vad. And it's Tomoyato now stuck in this archway back hall. Players push both the site here. And Tomoyato's got the drop in.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Tomoyato! There's no way! Oh, that is so unfortunate! Oh my god. UniMelb actually just holding on to that by a sliver of HP and a couple of bullets just not being in that magazine. Oh, that is so unfortunate, Tomoyato. I don't know what to say. That has absolutely got to just be so rough. What a way to lose that. That would have been such an incredible clutch to come out, and I honestly thought he had that in the bag with that lineup, but oh man, that's insane.
That's heartbreaking, and for the moment, though, they're going to have to mend that broken heart. MEGAbotz, only 4 players left in this potential last round of Inferno. You can hear a ton of footsteps for the time being over towards middle. Shen snuck up, though, in a different angle, because his teammate wasn't holding it. Necro's looking the other way, then the backstab could have came in, but Necro just wants to secure that AK as quick as possible. Frog out with the scout, trying to hit the shot up on, and he will actually land it with the deagle. Frog, deadly with a pistol and deadly with a rifle. He can do it with all terms of events here. Iguana King, shot and a Mr. Smile. It's left to poor Vad here. Miracles, dreams, they all come to die here on Inferno. They all burn up in flames as it's going to be a 2-0 here for the University of Melbourne and the 16-7 here on Inferno.
28-14 for Shen. Just absolutely insane numbers coming out as UniMelb really do clean up there. We saw quite the performance as well starting up from the MEGAbotz side, but unfortunately not quite working out to the effect that they would have hoped. But even still, quite the performance from both teams, I feel like, in that one. Just such a shame the way some of those rounds went down, but still so many highlight plays overall.
I have to say, Shen and Vjak, a massive banana hold there. Just round after round on that CT side, there was nothing MEGAbotz could do to really get up that angle. And then you saw them really start to falter a little bit going into their, of course, T side. Not what we expected to see out of the Uni Melbourne, but, you know, a credit to the MEGAbotz. They really made them work for it in the end there. But unfortunately, all good things come to an end, and that's going to be UniMelb with a 2-0 victory. Of course, nothing really to look at in terms of how that affects the standings, because UniMelb have, of course, already got themselves a spot in the playoffs there. MEGAbotz, no, we're going to bid them a farewell for the season, because that was their last game.
And that one being their last game, so unfortunately not going to see any more this season from MEGAbotz, but who knows, we might be able to see them in the next. Of course, you know, AEL not going anywhere, so, you know, if you're a university student who hasn't gotten a chance to play in this league yet and you're kind of looking at it thinking, oh, this could be a bit of fun, absolutely, you know, stay tuned and stay posted for the sign up announcements and all that. Get yourself a team, get some mates together, because it's always some good fun. I played a few seasons with a bunch of mates, and it was really fun, you know, just going through, getting in a server each week and just having something to, you know, try and fight for and compete in. Always some good fun. But of course, no good fun like this can come without some lovely, lovely sponsors to help make it all possible. So Tony, you need your help in this one to give them some absolute love.
Of course, we've got to thank our lovely sponsors here for making the Uni League possible. Of course, all throughout the group stage, giving us what we need to make it all run smoothly. Chatime, AOC, Indomie, and of course, RIG. Chatime with the freshest iced tea in the business. Of course, try their new range at your local store today. Chatime, the fastest growing iced tea franchise in Australia, and of course with over 120 Chatime tea breweries with commitments to quality ingredients and innovative flavor, you can check it all out. And of course AOC, they've got you backed, of course, with the best quality monitors anyone could really want. The global leader here for monitor display technology. With more than 50 years of experience, AOC deliver exceptional viewing experience worldwide. Whether you're at home, in the office, or you're just doing some general gaming, AOC have you covered. Indomie as well have you covered, keeping you well fed here. Delicious meagering, of course, check it all out, your local supermarket. Many different flavors there of delicious meagering for you to try. And of course, RIG, what it takes to win. We saw UniMelb have what it takes to win and what it takes to move on to that playoff bracket. Of course, RIG develop the finest in quality headsets, of course, for anyone looking for that superior audio to level themselves up. Whether you're a competitive gamer or a competitive streamer, RIG always deliver the quality audio. And of course, you can join the RIG team today to enhance your gaming experience.
Yeah, again, absolute huge love, huge shout out to Chatime, AOC, Indomie, and RIG, helping make all of this possible. For giving a platform to all these players, trying to just showcase their talent and their skill in front of an audience, get some people, you know, to watch it. And of course, thanks to all of you for tuning in as well and supporting some local Counter-Strike, because, you know, of course, it's always great seeing some of that, especially with a week for AUCS like this one has been. It's been an absolute pleasure casting for you all tonight. If you want to see more from the AEL, you can follow us, or you can follow the AEL rather, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all under the handle AU Esports League. Be sure to give that a follow because, look, next week we're going to be starting the playoffs. And that is where things are going to get really, really interesting. We're going to be seeing the top teams coming out. We're going to be seeing some absolutely star-studded stuff, and it probably should be some of the most exciting matches we've seen thus far. If you thought we've seen some absolute bangers up till now, just wait. And you're going to be able to watch those across Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. On Facebook and YouTube, you can just search AU Esports League or AEL. And on Twitch, it's twitch.tv/AEL Uni for the main channel, and twitch.tv/AEL Uni 2, where you're currently watching this if you're watching on Twitch. But for us, be sure to follow us on Twitter at It's2SBS for me, and at 2TapTony as well. Make sure to check him out. Tony's also got himself a podcast, Bring the Heat. Be sure to check that out as well if you love hearing about OC esports in general. Give him a listen. Absolutely banger of a show.
Yeah, it's not every day you get a podcast shout out, but yeah, guys, we talk esports, we talk everything else, of course, that's going on in the gaming site, guys. So if you want to check that out, as you said, Bring the Heat, of course, on the Fury Twitter, I believe. But yeah, playoff bound now, Tuesdays, and this is going to be crazy to see some of these teams go toe to toe in very, very crazy terms of events. I believe it's a best of 3 still, or a best of 2. I'm not quite sure.
I think we're going to be seeing some best of 3s coming forward. I'm pretty sure this is where we start seeing some of the elimination brackets, where we start seeing some of the more interesting stuff. Not entirely certain of the format as of yet. We'll have to double check on that one. But look, it's going to be some absolute banger matches. You know, you saw one of the playoff teams tonight, UniMelb, and you saw how they absolutely kind of showed up, right? Well, get ready to see a lot more of that. Get ready to see a lot more intense Counter-Strike. It should be great. But for now, that's going to do it for us. Any final thoughts, Tony? Anything more you want to share?
Have a good evening, you know. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Fair. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.